Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot and the Pick a Card reading. Who's thinking about you right now? We're going to take a look at who this person is, what the nature of their energy is, why they're thinking about you, and what they might do next about it. So take a moment to sit back and relax and allow your attention to be drawn to the three piles in front of you. Let your intuition and your instinct go towards the pile that's calling you the most, and I'll be right back with pile number one. Welcome to pile number one for this pick a card who's thinking about you right now. And we're going to jump right into it and get into their archetype. So right away we have the shaman. Wow. All right. So this person is resonating with shaman energy along with the sun. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, why are they thinking about you right now? Companionship along with the moon. And the Two of Swords. Interesting. And will they reach out? Won't they reach out? Shadow work. And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Wow, two aces, strong energy for new beginnings. Interesting read. Very, very interesting. So let's get right into it. The shaman. This individual who's thinking about you right now is a natural teacher, right? A teacher, a guide. This is someone who studies the deeper sides of life and how to apply the other world, the spiritual world, the metaphysical world, the additional energies that we have all around us, and applies it to the real world here that we live in to help, to heal, to further, to educate. This person is at the same time a teacher and a student. So shaman energy is very strong energy, very spiritual energy. Now, this person, Sun and Seven of Pentacles, this person is somebody who, I'm going to say right now, they may indeed be serving as a karmic influence in your life to reveal, to help you realize some truth, some new outlooks. The sun reveals everything. And the sun also brings nourishment. It brings nurturing. It brings vitality. It brings the energy that is needed to grow anything. And so this person is representing a very sort of strong karmic tie to you, a tie that is all about you perhaps starting a new chapter in your life or entering into a chapter in your life that's a chapter of realization, of understanding coming in, and of growth coming in. Seven of Pentacles energy also indicates that this person is ready to move ahead, move forward from where they are right now in a very grounded and real way. This person wants to plant seeds. They want to plant seeds in a new garden. They've seen what they've done up until now. They've manifested up until now. And Seven of Pentacles really talks about taking a good hard look at all that you've accomplished, taking what you can from that and sowing seeds for the next stage, right? So this person who's thinking about you right now is someone who has a very strong tie to you, a very strong karmic tie to you, and perhaps even a strong tie to your future, to the future that is yet to be sort of built, right? That is yet to grow. Let's go ahead and pull out an animal spirit for the extended reading, just to see a little bit more about what kind of energy this person is resonating with. So I'm going to pull that out. That'll be the extended reading pile. And I'm going to pull out a clarifier to go just a little bit deeper into who this person is. That shaman is a strong archetype. I wouldn't be surprised if this person studies, herbology, spirituality, healing. Again, they may be a teacher in that area. They may be a bit of a counselor to the people who are around them. So it's not much of a surprise that they also, what flipped over? Ace of Cups. This person has love for you. They're thinking about you because they have love for you, immediate and sort of undoubtedly, right? Ace of Cups flipping over. You already have two aces, which we'll get into over here, but this person is someone who feels very deeply. They're very emotional, very connected to their heart. And right now, they're thinking about you. Somehow, you certainly fit into this world of theirs, right? So why are they thinking about you right now? Well, Moon and Libra energy, companionship. This person desires companionship. They desire sharing their life with someone. And it almost seems as though they're thinking about you because you are the one that they see as the right person perhaps to share their life with. Especially as a shaman archetype, you fit into their worldview, right? Something about who you are, your personality, your character. And yet we have Moon energy and Two of Swords. They're thinking about you right now because they're wondering what to do next. They're faced with a decision. Moon energy, there's a lot of emotions, as I said here, but no answers yet for them. And as a natural teacher slash student, they want to find the answer, right? They want to know, why am I thinking about you? Why am I having these deep feelings, and what do I do about it? And so not only are they thinking about you as part of their future, they're also wrestling with trying to sort of sift out what those feelings mean. What should they do about those feelings, right? In light of the fact that they're searching for this companionship, it could be that, people who resonate with shaman energy are very different. They're very unique. They understand tapping in to the other world, right? The other dimensions of spirituality, and that can really set them apart. And so when it comes to thinking about somebody who fits into their life, this is something very special to them. It can be difficult for somebody who resonates with shaman energy to find a true companion, right? It can be very difficult to find somebody who's on their level, on their wavelength, who they can share themselves with. And so, yeah, they are at the same time, while they're thinking about you, while this emotion is rising up in them, this desire for companionship, they are indeed faced with a decision. I'm not sure that they are sure what to do about it. Right, so let's pull another card to get a little bit deeper on this companionship. Yes, wanting to start something. I think they're thinking about you because they're at a stage, as I said, with that Seven of Pentacles. This person is ready to start a concrete new chapter in their life, a new stage in their life, and they're ready to build something from scratch. They may not have been ready for a companion up until now. They may not have been ready to build on that up until now. And yet we see Page of Pentacles energy. They're absolutely ready now to begin, right? But where do they go? How do they decide to move forward, right? It does feel a little bit like a testing time for them. Moon energy is an energy that doesn't give you any answers, right? So there's an unsurety here, and this may indeed be the type of person that really needs to think things through before they can come to a decision. Let's go ahead and begin to pull. I'm going to pull a Mars energy card to see a little bit more about their forward motion, their forward action in this regard. We're going to pull that for the extended. And I'm also going to pull another love card here to see what the next step in their emotional journey here is for you. All right. So now when we go into will they, won't they act on these feelings, right? We know that they're thinking about you. We know that they're right now wrestling with decisions, wrestling to a certain degree with these emotions, trying to figure out these emotions. Well, will they do something about it? Won't they do something about it? Shadow work is there. So it's interesting that they find themselves feeling as though they need to do some work before they can act on their feelings. They may be in a healing phase themselves right now, looking inward, and that feels to me as though it has a lot to do with this decision here and how to move forward. They want to be sure. I think, that shadow work is like they don't want to act on any incorrect instinct, or they want to be sure about their feelings. They want to be sure that those feelings come from the right place, and so they are in the middle of doing a lot of shadow work. It feels to me also that you play a strong part in that. Right? You play a strong part in the shadow work they're doing now, in the introspection that they're having about themselves now. Somehow you fit in to that story for them. Action. When we say, will they act, won't they act? They will definitely act on this. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, they will definitely act on these feelings. Once they decide how to move forward, they will absolutely move forward. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords is a whole new beginning. It's a physical beginning, and it's also a beginning of looking at their own life in a new way with new clarity. Ace of Swords is clear-headedness, right? Logic. Excuse the sirens in the background. Living in the city, you can never get away from that. Their action, they want to move forward with truth. They want to move forward with clarity. They want to move forward with confidence, but they absolutely do. And they will. This person is going to reach out to you for sure. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards for the extended. I think I'm going to pull now the spirits of darkness and light for the extended, to see what kind of spirits may be pushing them on to act. And perhaps I will pull a Saturn energy card to see if there's anything holding them back from acting on these emotions that they have. All right. You can also check out what are their true feelings, to pick a card reading that I have on my channel for that. Well, this will be the pile for the extended reading. Let's go ahead and pull out the zodiac signs. At the end of every reading, whether it's a pick a card or any other reading I do, I always pull the zodiac sign runes. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus, just to see what kind of zodiac energy you might be dealing with. Who else do we have? We have Aquarius, dealing with an Aquarius. Taurus and Aquarius showing up constantly lately for my readings. And what do we have? Also a Cancer. So some of you dealing with Cancer energy, dealing with Cancer in your chart, or they have Cancer in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Thank you so much. This has been pile number 1. If you want to get a personal reading, go ahead and follow the directions in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And that'll be it for pile number 1. I'll be right back with pile number 2. Hello and welcome to pile number 2 for the pick a card who's thinking about you right now. We're going to jump right into their archetype. This person is the Siren. Oh, wow. All right. And we also have the World along with the Page of Pentacles. Strong energy. And why are they thinking about you right now? What's triggering it? We have Power, Moon in Scorpio. 3 of Cups. Along with that King of Pentacles. Interesting. And what will they do about it, if anything? Intuition. And we also have Judgment coming in. Along with the Tower. Wow, 2 major arcana. So some heavy karmic energy here. Let's go ahead and get right into who this person is. They resonate with the archetype of the Siren. So the Siren is erotic, right? A seductress, a temptress. The Siren is the one who calls us into a place of attraction, desire, wanting more, curiosity. This is the person who really is sort of I would say even a temptress in a way, right? This person resonates with a strong attraction, right? This person is extremely charismatic, but there's something about them that draws you in. This individual is the type of individual that resonates with the kind of energy that allows you to be in touch with your more sensual side, right? The siren, oftentimes associated with a feeling of pulling you into a world where you can begin to sort of learn more about who you are emotionally, physically, in terms of attraction, in terms of connection, right? Now we have the world and we have the Page of Pentacles. World energy indicates that there's a completion here happening. There's a karmic connection here. Something about this individual represents a karmic stage in your life. A stage where, completion is also about beginning. So a completion to one stage of your life, perhaps the beginning of a new journey. And especially with Page of Pentacles, this person may even represent a new stage in your life where you begin to sort of explore your more sensual side, explore your sexual identity, right? Who you are as a sexual person, as a sensual person, what you're attracted to, and what is attracted to you. So right away, I'm going to say that this individual who's thinking about you is somebody who's representing a very major stage in your life that's about to begin. And this stage is all about investigating a whole new side of yourself. Perhaps a side of yourself that you have not explored before, right? Certainly when it comes to your own power, your own sexual attractive power, and what that means to you. This person may even represent you exploring different sides of your sexuality that you may not have explored before, right? Let's go ahead and get some clarity on this. Definitely somebody who is very charismatic, very engaging. I would dare say that there is a lot of physical attraction here. The Hermit, interesting. This person indeed may also be someone who really keeps to themselves. Hermit energy. I doubt that they are somebody who attaches to others. This person may be adverse to monogamous relationships. They may naturally be inclined to polygamous relationships, right? Relationships with different people, maybe many different lovers, having many different lovers, but keeping something to themselves. Keeping to themselves, not really attaching deeply to any one individual. And so this person definitely is representing just a different side necessarily rather than an actual relationship, right? Let's go ahead and pull out the Moon card. We're going to pull out a Moon card for the extended to see a little bit deeper into who they are and how they feel emotionally about you right now. We'll pull that for the extended reading. Yeah, they definitely represent an archetype. Again, they're an individual in the sense that they for the most part their lives are very solitary, and yet they come into contact with a lot of people, and they sort of engender attraction from a lot of people. Now, why are they thinking about you right now? Well, power. This is interesting. Moon and Scorpio. There may be something about you that is intriguing them, right? There's something about you perhaps that is making them feel, curious about their own sexual power, their own power of attraction, right? Power struggles in general. Right? Not necessarily manipulation or anything like that, but you have some kind of control over them, or you have some kind of effect on them, which of course in their mind represents power. See, the siren is an archetype that, when we talk about the siren's call, we have that old fable, the call of the sirens. It's like you can't ignore it. The siren in and of itself seems to exert a certain amount of a power of attraction over others. And yet this person finds themselves thinking about you because I think that you do this for them, right? They may indeed be the type of person who can very much keep to themselves, stay to themselves. They don't require any long-term connections or relationships since they resonate with that hermit energy. But something about you is changing all of that for them. Something about you almost seems as though you're resonating with that siren energy for them, right? 3 of Cups and King of Pentacles. Another reason why they're thinking about you a lot right now, 3 of Cups energy could very well be that you know this person in your social circles. You may have come across them through friends, and yet they are someone who in and of themselves have a lot of power in terms of their career, their lifestyle, their money. With that King of Pentacles, this person is probably somebody who is very high up in their position, in their job, or they may run their own business, right? So they have a lot of authority and they have a lot of control of their own lives. They have a lot of authority in their own lives and maybe even over others. And yet through mutual friends or through some kind of connection where you've run into this person, you've intrigued them. Right? There's something about you that's really caught their eye. 3 of Cups energy is nice energy. I'm sure that the two of you have somehow come in contact with each other in a very sort of innocent way, maybe at an event. It could have even been an event at their work. This individual as well, you may have shown yourself to be a person of influence in your own right. And again, this is intriguing to them. And so this is why they're now very much thinking about you. And maybe even thinking about finding out why you have this influence over them, have this certain level of power over them. Let's get a clarifier. Yeah, this is an interesting, 3 of Swords, interesting. Betrayal has come in. Wow. Now this person may be somebody you know from your past. Okay. It may indeed be that you've had some kind of connection with them before. With that 3 of Swords, there is a feeling here that somewhere along the line, there's some kind of hurt or some kind of, as I said, a betrayal, but almost as if they were duped in some kind of way. This person indeed is someone who's probably very used to being the one in a position, as I said, in a position of power, sort of in a position to call the shots. And somewhere along the line, you may have called the shots. You may have sort of done something or acted in such a way that made them feel as though they don't hold all of the cards. I don't necessarily feel like there was a relationship here just yet. But if this is somebody from your past, they're thinking about you because they're still trying to figure out how you were able to affect them. It feels to me as though this person, to a certain degree, was able to be a little bit cold. Again, resonating with their hermit energy, this person has been able to keep themselves emotionally detached. The attraction is there. The sexual desire, sensual desire may have always been there, but they were always able to keep themselves emotionally attached. Somewhere along the line, this may have been very different with you. You affected them emotionally on a deep level, and perhaps for some of you, this relationship not going forward, or there being a split in this relationship, is something that they can't really get over. They're still battling, or they're still struggling with how you were able to have any kind of control or any kind of power over those emotions for them. So 3 of Swords is definitely there for some of you, in the sense that this is an old old connection, right? Who's still struggling with what happened between the two of you. Now, what will they do about it? Again, very karmic. A very karmic major influence, because we have Judgment and the Tower. I'm going to get to that intuition, but Judgment and the Tower, two major arcana. There is going to be a moment or a time where they absolutely are going to act on these emotions. Something about their entire lives, their total outlook on who they are, has been shaken to the core by you and by the effect that you've had on their lives. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say that definitely for some of you, there was a connection here with this person. You may not have felt it as strongly as they did. Okay, so this is the thing here that I'm feeling, is that you may not even be aware of how deeply you've affected them. Because again, they may have, kept their cool, not want to, again, this is somebody who doesn't want to show too much of their emotions. They don't want to seem vulnerable, right? But with that Judgment and that Tower there, they cannot deny the fact that the encounter with you, whether it is an old connection that you had with them or a new connection now with them, has deeply affected their outlook on themselves and their outlook on their whole lives. Intuition is there. They're going to be following their intuition and their gut in this regard. And I think they will do something about this. They will in some way act on this, but it's not going to be conventional. If anything, I think they're going to be acting out more than anything. We're going to pull a Mars card as well to see, and I'll be pulling an animal spirit card. Let's pull that Mars card to see the action that they may indeed take, and an animal spirit card to see what kind of animal spirit they're resonating with. You've really shaken this person up. They're used to getting their way. They're used to getting their way. They're used to having this effect on others. I think they're not used to someone having that effect on them and it not going their way. Right. I think that this is somebody who's gotten very used to perhaps being the pretty person, the attractive person, the person with all the charisma, the person that everybody wants to be with. And yet they always keep themselves to themselves. And yet somewhere along the line, you've had exactly the same effect on them. And yet this has hurt them in some kind of way for sure. And so they're going to be certainly acting on their gut. Right? They're going to be acting on their intuition, but I think there's a moment of chaos happening for them right now. They're really just so shaken. They're not used to somebody affecting them the way you have affected them. And this is why they're thinking about you so strongly. And they are indeed thinking about you very, very strongly. Let me get one more love card out for the extended. All right, and we are going to now get into the Zodiac runes to see what kind of Zodiac sign you might be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. Interesting. Some of you are dealing with a Leo. Wow, strong fire energy. And some of you are dealing with a Cancer. All right, we're going to wrap it up. This is the end of pile number 2. Just to sum up, yeah, this person is thinking about you because in a very unexpected way, you've had exactly the same effect on them that this person is very much used to having on other people around them. They're used to being in control. They're used to being able to have a certain amount of power and influence over others. And somehow along the way, you've had that for them. And so this is really shaken them to their core, and they will indeed be finding some kind of way to address this. They won't be able to let it go because their whole worldview of who they are has been completely upended. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead over to the extended reading. If you enjoyed this, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. If you you want to get a personal reading, you can follow the directions in the description. If you want to go to the extended, follow the extended link. And that'll be it for pile number 2. I'll be right back with pile number 3. Hello, everyone. Welcome to pile number 3 for the pick a card. Who's thinking about you right now? We're going to jump right into their archetype, the Maiden. Interesting. We have the Six of Wands along with the Queen of Pentacles. And why are they thinking about you right now? Friendship. Along with the Six of Wands, again, twice, and the Hanged Man. And what will they do about it, if anything? Learning. Temperance energy along with the Four of Swords. Let's just get right into their archetype, the Maiden. Well, the Maiden is all about curiosity, right? Curiosity, naivete, youthfulness, right? The Maiden oftentimes may get themselves into all kinds of situations because of their lack of experience, right? They have a natural desire to seek out things that they're curious about, or to seek out individuals that have perhaps something to teach them as well. Maiden is a beautiful, youthful energy. It is part of the trifecta, the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. So somebody is very early on in their stage of sort of their wisdom, right? Early stages of gaining experience in life in terms of who they are and who they are yet to become. Now we have Six of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. Strong energy here. I think they're thinking about you for sure because you represent almost even a mother figure, or certainly a teacher figure. Six of Wands energy represents a sense of accomplishment, a sense of victory. Yeah, they're thinking about you because there's something that you've brought into their lives that is new for them and that has made them really feel like they are gaining, right? I feel a sense of gain here. You've brought a value to their life in some kind of way. Certainly with that Queen of Pentacles, you may have even brought a physical sort of material value to their life that they haven't had before. You may even be dealing with someone who was struggling up until the time that you came into their lives. And there's something about a connection with you that has allowed them to progress, allowed them to increase themselves. Being with you, or certainly something about your energy, is making them feel great about where they are and making them feel great about what they can accomplish. Now, why are they thinking about you right now? There's a sense of friendship here. Moon in Cancer energy. This person desires this friendship. They may desire friendship in general. This person may have been on their own for quite some time. And something about you for sure is making them feel as though they're part of something, as though they've perhaps found a kindred spirit, right? So friendship is a beautiful energy here, especially with that Moon in Cancer. A friendship that almost borders like becoming family, becoming deeper. Again, we have more Six of Wands energy, but then also Hanged Man energy. There's something about their lives perhaps where they have been feeling stuck for a long time. And yet being with you, something about you has allowed them to move past that. They may still have part of themselves, though, that are stuck in a particular situation. Okay. And yet there's a feeling, that feeling of victory again. Six of Wands coming out twice in this reading. Let's go ahead and pull some more energy. I'm going to go ahead and pull another clarifier for that Maiden and that friendship to see what else is going on here. Three of Wands, and then we have the Six of Swords. Absolutely. So Three of Wands energy, there's, you've brought into their lives a glimpse of possible future, right? A possible future for them, perhaps that they didn't know that they were able to have. Again, dealing with the maiden, you're dealing with someone who's inexperienced, someone who's, as I said, quite naive about certain parts of life. And it seems to me that being with you, something about the energy that you bring to them has allowed them to see so much more, has allowed them to see an opportunity that they didn't have before. They really value this friendship. And yet we see a Six of Swords as well. They may have struggled to get away from a particular situation that was holding them back. You may be dealing with someone here who was in a situation where they were dealing with a lot of strife and arguing, a lot of discord, and yet they felt very stuck in that situation. Something about being with you, something about this friendship that they desire with you or that you engender has allowed them to feel as though they can overcome this, right? So this is a great connection here. A really, really good connection. You bring so much value to this person. Let's go ahead and pull the moon card for the extended. We're going to pull a moon energy to see, where these feelings start from within them. And then also, I want to pull a Saturn card for this reading to see what had been holding them back up until now. They've definitely been stuck. Up until you came into their lives, there was something or some place where they were stuck and they were unable to sort of find a way forward. You coming into their lives has presented an opportunity, certainly presented them with options, right? I feel like options have suddenly come into them. Again, when you're dealing with someone who's quite inexperienced, they may indeed be young. You may indeed have even an age difference here. So you're bringing a sense of experience and wisdom, especially with that Queen of Pentacles, into their lives. And so the world is kind of opened up for them. And this has been really something, I think, to a certain degree, that's been a little bit overwhelming for them even, right? Let's go ahead and pull a love card just to see a little bit deeper into the connection here in terms of this friendship, where this friendship may lead and why they feel so connected to you. I'm also going to pull the animal spirit card for them to see what kind of animal spirit they may be resonating with. And this will be also for the extended. So what are they going to do about it, if anything? Well, learning. This is somebody who enjoys learning, even though they may indeed be quite young or may indeed be quite naive. They understand and know that they have a lot to learn. You may have even opened that up for them. There's a feeling here that just being around you has even shown them that they have things to learn, right? Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? And it seems to me that to a certain degree, being around you, being connected to you in some way has shown them, what areas in their lives they can learn or they can achieve more. They can get more experience and gain more. And they see, again, value keeps coming to mind. You bring a sense of value to them. Temperance energy, Four of Swords. So when we talk about what will they do about it, right now they're thinking about the effect that you're having. They realize that they are increasing their experience and their knowledge and their wisdom, but they may still pull back from doing anything about it. Four of Swords and Temperance. They're going to be very careful about how to move forward. I don't think that they necessarily have the courage to completely upend something that that may need to be upended. Again, Six of Swords indicates to me that this person was in a difficult situation and you've opened up the door for a possibility for them to see the situation in a different light, to see a solution to their situation, but they're still hesitant. They're still thinking about what they should do about it. They still perhaps lack, a little bit of Well, they're gaining confidence. Let's put it to you this way. It's not so much that they lack it altogether, but they're inexperienced, and so they're beginning to gain confidence, and yet they want to know more before they act on anything. Temperance energy as well. This is somebody who's really guarded about their emotions and their feelings. They don't want to look as though they are acting on impulse. They don't want to make any knee-jerk sort of decisions, and they're exercising a lot of temperance. But temperance, being a major arcana, also indicates that the two of you coming together is a very karmic connection. You represent a specific, a specific stage in their life where things are changing, right? A major stage in their life where they're finding a change happening, but yet there's a lot, there's still going to be a bit of a waiting period, or there certainly will be some time before they finally make their decision on how to act on these feelings. Again, they have a deep desire for friendship. The friendship between the two of you is why they are thinking about you so much. But what they do about it is going to take some time, right? They're still not quite sure how to move forward. And it's going to take a little bit more learning, a little bit more experience, a little bit more trial and error for them to be able to make their own decisions. They may be relying on you a lot right now. They may still be relying on you to help them through a particular stage before they're able to get to a point where they can just fully make their own decision, right? They need sort of approval. This is somebody who it's like they're not necessarily that they're looking for approval, but your sort of affirmations and your guidance is what's helping them begin to form their own opinions, their confident opinions on how to move forward. I'm going to go ahead and pull a spirit as well of darkness and light for the extended on this one, because this person definitely, I feel the strong age difference for some of you here. Certainly a life experience a difference in life experience. Certainly you have more experience than they do, or something about who you are is showing them sides of themselves, sides of their situation that they never saw before. And so they really need more. They need more before they're able to act on it. Let's go ahead and pull out the Zodiac runes to see what kind of Zodiac signs you may be dealing with. Yeah, this person is, they're just now learning so much. Aries energy. That makes sense. Aries, the first of the sign of the child. Another fire, Leo. Some of you dealing with Leo. And some of you are dealing with the Cancer. All right, Cancer energy. Aries, Leo, and Cancer. Excellent. So this is the end of pile number 3 for the pick a card. Who's thinking about you right now? As I said, you're dealing with somebody who's fresh. They're very fresh when it comes to friendships, connections, relationships. There's definitely a difficult situation that they've been in for quite some time that they felt really stuck in. But something about you, being around you, has begun to build their confidence. Has begun to allow them to see different see their situation from different points of view, see different aspects of it. But it's going to take some time, and it's going to take a lot more experience before they get to a place where they know what to do with it, or where they know how to make the next decision for themselves. Now, this is going to be the end of pile number 3. I'm going to go over to the extended, take a little deeper look. If this resonated for you, don't forget to like or subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment. You can also get a personal reading, and the information is in the description for that. But for right now, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. This has been a pick a card. Who's thinking about you right now? I do hope you got something out of it, and I wish you love, life, and happiness. Hope to see you right back here for your next pick a card reading. Bye-bye now.